Morning everyone, it's 8:40 in the morning in Japan right now. I've been up and about for a while, but before I go sightseeing to Tokyo, hopefully, if I can make my way into the place that I want to go, I decided to come by the Kana River again, because yesterday my battery died as I was telling my story. So I filmed it with my cell phone, but the fact is it was really crappy. So I decided to come here and tell you the whole thing over again. So basically I saw the same sunrise for 2 different days, but it felt like one during my trip. So I left Portugal on the 16th, and what did I do? I went to Frankfurt first through Lufthansa, and they have amazing breakfasts on board. And it was really beautiful to fly over Germany and then the rest of Europe. I saw a lot of lakes. I saw most of Russia, like the north area of Russia, after I changed flight in Frankfurt, which is really weird because I found my around Frankfurt airport, and at first like it's huge, right? It's just like hundreds of meters of platforms, and I didn't even have to go around much. I just had to go in a straight line for a very long time just to change terminals. But wow, this is really tiresome for an arm. Now I get it. Then in Frankfurt, like, everybody was taller than me, and everybody was speaking German until I got to my terminal, which was for the flight to Tokyo, and nearly everybody was was talking Japanese. Nearly everybody was Japanese. The official announcements were already made in Japanese first, so I just went like, oh, this is it, pretty much. And then the flight went awesome. It was really welcoming. It was kind of tiresome because it was a very long flight, and even though, like, for me it was still the middle of the day as I was flying, it was already night and then it was morning again. So that was weird. Time zones are very weird, but I didn't get a lot of jet lag. I felt like I had a little bit last night because I had nearly not slept before I set off. I just slept on flight. But since I did sleep the last half of my flight to Tokyo, and the flight arrived at 6:30 Japanese time, basically I slept during Japanese night. So now I think I'm all settled when it comes to that. They also gave me great food. They had like the option for Japanese or Western food. And I had Japanese dinner and I had a Western breakfast, and they were both delicious. The Japanese meals have so many side dishes. It's really yummy, but like, for those people that used to say that Japanese meals are not substantial, for me they really are, because you have the rice as a base, but then you have like all these things. For instance, in my flight I had miso soup, udon, some vegetables with avocado, and I also had a little bit of salmon, a little bit of butterfish, and there was something else that I'm missing, but yeah, there was all of that, and it was really tasty. And then I got to Tokyo. I went through customs, and they had like all these forms that you need to fill out. Then I went to collect my luggage. I went to exchange money in the Haneda airport. I also found that the bathrooms in Haneda airport are really weird and really entertaining, because they have so many buttons, and they have like this button that is a sound effect for like waterfalls and stuff, and basically it's really weird. And then you have like tons of buttons just for like the flushing operations, and just you have clean buttocks button, and then you can redirect like the jacked and all of that. So that's something that made me realize that I was in the future pretty much, and I was in Japan. Then I went to get my train card so that I can go around without having to worry about as much. And then I got on a bus that I have some footage for, so you probably have or will see that in this video. I still, like, editing is still something that I'm not doing because, I mean, come on guys, I'm just walking around in Japan. So, and I went to Tokyo by bus to Tokyo Station, right? And Tokyo Station is huge, so I spent like quite some time going around Tokyo Station, which kind of means that I was lost there. I mean, I wasn't lost, I knew where I was, I just didn't know like which line I needed to go to, right? Because you had like the bullet train ones, and then you have so many floors and so many different lines, and I knew that I had to find this specific line, but I couldn't see it, so I just walked around with my giant case and just being really tired, just running around and looking like a maniac. But then I found the way, so that's nice. Also, an officer helped me with my luggage as I got into the train, and then it was just a normal Japanese train trip until a smaller station, and there to another smaller station, in which I just waited for my host. I also walked around for a little bit, and then I met Mei Miura, which is a girl that is also a vet student here in Japan, and her family is very nice. They've been treating me really nicely, even though I'm not that good at Japanese. They've been talking to me in Japanese and English, and it's just really interesting to like have that experience. I'm really glad that I managed to talk Japanese all right, to be understood most of the times, which is already pretty good, I reckon. And then May took me to the hospital, the first hospital in which I'm going to work, not the hospital because I was sick. So we did that. We rode a bike there, because even though it's pretty close, actually, it's just like straight that way for a while, but it's faster by bike. It's like 20 minutes by bike, something like that. And she asked me if I could ride a bicycle, and I can, except I hadn't ridden a bicycle in years. So, you know, like how people say that you never forget how to ride a bicycle? It's true, but you also just suck really bad at it for a while. At least I did. So basically, like, I just felt really embarrassed that we picked the bike, and I kept like almost running into things. And also there's like Japan has a lot of people, and the streets aren't that wide in this area because this is not Tokyo, right? But they are very organized, so it's not like it's a very chaotic mob. It's just that I've never seen so many people ride bicycles in such a small space. So whenever I had to like pass someone by, I just was really trying so hard not to go against them. It was really stupid to ride a bike as bad as I did on my way there. But then I came back into my rhythm, and the trip back to May's home went fine. So I'm pretty confident then that I'm going to be able to do that by myself. But she was very understanding, even though I felt like she wasn't expecting that. But yeah. After that, May went back home, and I went around like I showed you guys yesterday. It's just that when I sat down here to just talk to you, talk to the camera, my battery died halfway. So this is it. This is basically what happened yesterday. I saw a lot of people with school uniforms, of course, because there's still school going on. And especially like this morning, I didn't film it because I didn't want to like go around like a creep filming the schools, right? When kids are going to school. But there were so many kids in just the traditional uniforms with those backpacks, and some were walking and some were riding the bike, but it just felt really characteristic. It was really interesting to me to see that, and also to hear like the cries and hurry up and all of that. So that was very interesting. It was so hot, and now I understand why Japanese people use umbrellas also to protect themselves from like the heat, because like today is a little bit cooler. Today it has rained a little bit already, and it's just overall cloudy, which is not very good for me to film, but YOLO. And I'm going to go now and try to find other interesting places to film, and I'll also finish filming the shrine that I wanted to film yesterday. That's not this one, because this one, like this one here, is a pretty old and used shrine, I think. Like from the state of it and from the reaction of my family, I reckon this is not used anymore. But the one by their home is used, and I've seen a lady there go there yesterday for like 5 minutes to pray and ring the bell and all of that. So yeah, I'm going to go now and go to the station, and then I'll update you guys. So see you soon. Bye bye.